Hello and welcome to your class today. My name is Emma and thank you for joining me today. So for today's class, just before we get started, you'll just need a few props, nothing, not too much. So you just need a bolster or a cushion to sit on, or you could use two firm pillows stacked on top of one another, and a blanket. Or you could use a blanket to sit on as well. So just grab whatever props you have around, get comfortable in a seated position. So you may like to lift your hips up. Let's read the message. Oh, thank you. Just like to read the message in case there's something wrong with the sound or the video, but all good. So yeah, sitting up if you'd like on a blanket or bolster just to support your hips. I just have a blanket in front of me just to support my ankles, my feet. So once you're comfortable, just gently closing down your eyes or just having a soft gaze downwards. Just resting your hands on your knees or in your lap, palms facing the sky. Lengthening up through your spine, crown of the head reaching skywards. And beginning to connect in with your breath. Breathing in and out through your nose. But of course, you can sigh out through the mouth as much as you need to prepare for relaxation, for your practice. And once you've done enough sighs out through the mouth, coming back to the breath in and out through the nose. And just allowing your breath to naturally deepen and lengthen without any force or rush. Just allow it to naturally happen. And as you continue to deepen and slow your breath, just beginning to relax the muscles through your face, softening around the forehead, the temples, softening all the little muscles around the eyes. The cheeks and the jaw. And then softening any other areas of the body that feel a little bit tight. Sending breath into those spaces in the body. And just sighing out any tension that may be there. And then once more returning to your breath in and out through the nose. And just placing your whole awareness on your breath now. Feeling your breath coming into the body, filling the belly. And noticing the breath as it leaves and the belly softens. Continuing to feel how the breath is moving in and out of your body today. And our intention for today's class is I soften into my body fully and completely. I soften into my body fully and completely. So you may like to repeat that affirmation to yourself once or twice. And just see if you can soften just a little bit more, even if it's just softening the breath or the shoulders. And taking 3 more slow and steady breaths, no rush. And then we're going to just take a breathing exercise, Nadi Shodhana. So you can just I use my right hand, bringing the middle finger and index finger to the third eye, the brow point. And then gently blocking off the right nostril, breathing in through the left. Blocking the left off with the pinky finger and breathing out through the right. Breathing in through the right. Blocking the right and breathing out through the left. Breathing in through the left. And breathing out through the right. Breathing in through the right. And breathing out through the left. And continuing in your own time, your own breath. And if it's uncomfortable to have your hand there and use blocking off the nostrils, you can just visualize the breath coming in one side and out one side, and so on. And taking one more round in your own time. Finishing with an exhale out through your left nostril. And then release your hand back down to your knee when you're ready. Breathing evenly and deeply through both nostrils. And just see if you can soften into the body just a little bit more here. Notice if the mind has softened, has quietened just a little bit after that breathing exercise. And taking one more deep breath. And we're going to just stay seated for the next two postures. So you might just like to swap your feet around if you're seated cross-legged. Taking any little adjustments to get comfortable. And then we're just going to stretch out through our neck. So bringing one ear down to a shoulder, doesn't matter what side. Just softening the shoulders down away from the ears. You can close your eyes or just a soft gaze downwards. And sending your breath into the side that's getting stretched. And with every exhale, just softening that side of your neck a little bit more. And feel free to take any sighs out through the mouth if that helps. And taking one more full breath. Bringing the chin down to your chest, stretching out through the back of your neck. And taking a full breath. Then bringing the other ear to the shoulder. And again, just softening your shoulders down away from your ears. Breathing into the side of your neck. Breathing out any tension or tightness there. And just allow your breath to do all the work to soften you. And again, if it helps to sigh out through the mouth, then you're more than welcome to. And taking another full breath here. And circling your chin down to your chest, stretching through the back of the neck once more. Taking a full breath. And then bringing your head up to center. We're just going to take a few rounds of a seated cat-cow just to stretch out through our spine. So we've been seated for a little bit. So hands come onto your knees. And we're going to bring our chest through our shoulders. Chin can lift as much as comfortable as it is in the head and neck. Gently squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then rounding back. Bringing the weight into your hips. Rolling the shoulders forward, tucking the chin in towards your chest. And you may like to find that seated cow shape, lifting the heart on an inhale. And then rocking back, finding that seated cat shape on an exhale. And throughout this movement, finding a softness. Whether that's just through the shoulders or the spine, or even just the breath. Finding one more full round. And when you're ready, finding your seated position, coming back to center. I like to just roll out through the shoulders a little bit, maybe take a little twist through the spine, just any movements that feel nice. And for our next posture, there's two options. So I'll demonstrate both and you can choose what one you'd like to do. So the first one is a child's pose. So either having your bolster or if you have the two firm pillows, just bringing that to the center of your mat, long ways, taking your knees out nice and wide, perhaps to the edges of your mat, big toes touching one another, and then just bringing your bolster or pillows in the center, in between your knees. Just walking yourself down, resting a cheek. That's option one. And then option two is just a seated forward fold. So again, bringing a bolster or your pillows onto your mat. And that will go underneath your knees. Just lengthening up through the spine. You may also like to just bring the blanket underneath your hips if you'd like. And then just folding yourself forward. And the hands can just rest on your knees or on the legs or just beside you. So two options there, your choice. I'm going to stay in the seated forward fold. And just making yourself as comfortable as you can. Closing down your eyes, or just a soft gaze. Bringing your awareness back to your breath. That slow, deep inhale filling up your belly. A soft and slow exhale leaving the body. Just focusing on how the breath is moving. If it feels a little bit restricted, especially if you're in more of a forward fold, you can just come a little bit out of it. You just want to make sure the breath is not restricted in any posture that we take. I soften into my body fully and completely. Softening through your jaw, through all the little muscles in the face. If you took child's pose with one cheek onto the bolster, just turning your head so the other cheek rests down. Taking 3 more slow breaths. And wherever you are, just make your way in your own time to a seated position. So if you're in child's pose, you'll just walk your hands towards your body, rolling your spine up. If you're in your forward fold, you'll just roll your spine up. And just meeting in a seated position, nothing specific. You can take a little bit of movement seated if you like. Maybe just a little sway from side to side, little spinal twist, or just remaining in stillness. And taking 3 more deep breaths. And we'll slowly set up for our next posture, which is going to be a reclined butterfly. So if you have the bolster underneath your knees, just lifting your knees up, sliding it out, and bringing it horizontally, vertically along your mat. Long ways. If you don't have a bolster with you, just 2 firm pillows, or you can use a blanket. So I'll just show you with the blanket. So I've just folded my blanket up into quarters, and then just getting one side and just rolling it up. So you have a cylinder there, and you can use that instead of if you don't have a bolster handy. So bringing your bolster or whatever prop you're using to your hips, and just laying yourself gently over it, resting your head back. And 3 options with your legs. So you can keep your legs bent up, just taking your feet out to the outer edges of your mat and bringing your knees together to touch. Option 1. Option 2 is butterfly legs, so soles of the feet come together, knees open out wide. And then option 3 is just legs out long along your mat. So you choose what will be comfortable for you today. And the arms are just out to the side a little bit to give yourself some space, palms facing up. Getting comfortable and closing down your eyes. And if at any time during this posture you like to just change the how your legs are, then you're more than welcome to. So if you start in a butterfly and it becomes a little bit too intense, you can always bring the knees up or legs out long. You can always change if you'd like. Settling back into your breath. Softening the back of your body down over your prop. Allowing the shoulder blades to separate. The arms become heavy on the ground. And relaxing through the legs. Feeling how your breath is moving in and out of your body in this shape. I soften into my body fully and completely. I soften into my body fully and completely. With every breath out, just see if you can soften a little bit more, or if the posture is getting a little bit much, it is quite a deep heart opener, then you're more than welcome to come out of the posture if you'd like. Just going to be a few more moments here. Taking 3 more slow and deep breaths. Your legs were in butterfly, just bringing them up so the knees are pointing towards the sky. And just rolling onto your preferred side, just to get the prop that was under you out of the way. Gracefully or not so gracefully. And then bringing yourself to lay on your back. And you may like to bring your bolster or pillows underneath your knees here. And again, gracefully or not so gracefully. Just laying on your back. Your arms can just be by your sides, or you may like to bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Allowing the weight of your body to sink down into the earth. There's no need to hold yourself up here. Just allowing yourself permission to soften, to relax. I soften into my body fully and completely. Softening any areas of the body that could do with a little extra softening. Allowing your breath to do all the work. Breathing into that space in the body. And then sighing the breath out. And breathing in and out through the nose. Allowing the breath to soften your entire body now. Taking 3 more soft breaths. Beginning to bring a little bit of movement back into the body, wriggling toes, fingers, and taking any other stretches or movements that you'd like. You may like to bring the arms overhead for a full body stretch, or hug the knees in towards the chest. Taking one more full breath. And just rolling onto your preferred side in a little ball. And take 3 deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, just helping yourself up, coming into a comfortable seated position. So again, you may like to sit on your bolster or cushions, blanket. Just resting your hands in your lap or on your knees, palms facing skywards. Taking one more full breath. Bringing your hands to your heart space. And we'll take one collective breath. So just breathing out here and then breathing in through the nose. And just sigh out through the mouth. And bowing your head down to your heart. Offering yourself thanks and gratitude for taking some time out to practice today. Just slow down and breathe. And when you're ready, bringing the head back up to center, releasing your hands back into your lap. And then gently blinking your eyes open. And thank you for joining me for our class today. I hope you enjoyed. If you are able to offer any donations for the class, no matter how big or small. That would be greatly appreciated. But otherwise, I hope you have a lovely Christmas tomorrow and a happy new year. And thank you again for joining me.